Hi, how are you? I've got a couple of lights here that I just want to do a quick comparison on. This light is available all over the internet and is actually very popular and for a number of reasons. First of all, it's very, very cheap, and that's probably the first reason why it's so popular. This is the Cree LED, supposedly 300 lumen focusable light. Okay, it's focusable because the head goes up and down. Anyway, I know you've seen these around, and there are lots of YouTube videos on them, and people marvel at them on Amazon, saying that they buy several of them at a time. I'm not trying to sell it, I'm just saying what people say on Amazon. They buy a whole bunch of them at a time, they absolutely love it, they say it's blazingly bright, and it fits in your pocket really well, and everything else. So anyway, I'm just wanting to compare it to another light, which I think is just as good. And anyway, this is the Cree. It doesn't really have any kind of a name, although they are available under many different manufacturers. This actually had a pocket clip on it, but it was removed to be used on something else. So the pocket clip would normally be here. But anyway, what I'm going to compare it to is a Zebra light. And the Zebra light is a few years old. I think this came out in 2010, this particular model. It has an older Cree LED, just like this light has. I say just like this light has. This light is new, but I can tell you for one thing, it's using an older LED, which is probably a few years old, and it's probably about as old as this LED. I believe this was the oh darn, I can't remember right now. But anyway, this light goes back to 2010, so it would be a popular LED from that day. The XRE, I believe, the G4 or G5, somewhere along those lines. But anyway, we have the two lights here. They both run on AA batteries, or an IMH rechargeable, or lithium-ion 14500. So you can use one of the three different types of batteries in both these lights. Let's start with the Cree focusable light, the Cree 300 lumen light. This is a rechargeable NIMH, and we'll slip that in there. And I have the same battery here, same type for the Zebra light. As I said, people on Amazon and other comments around say these lights are really bright. These Cree lights, they just say they're really, really bright, but I never know if they mean they're really bright just on their full zoom or their zoom, because the light zooms out, but they don't say where they're blazingly bright. They don't comment on in which mode they think they're so bright in, and of course them being very small. But take a look at this. The Zebra light is smaller than the Cree. Can you see that? The Zebra light is smaller than the Cree. The Zebra light is also thinner than the Cree. Okay? This goes in your pocket and almost disappears. It literally does. The Cree goes in your pocket pretty nicely, but not as nicely in your pocket as the Zebra light. It goes in your pocket better than the Cree. Obviously, this light is more expensive than this light, but with a light that's slightly more expensive, you will get more features. This one has a nice button here on the side. This button is on the back. This is the only button the Zebra light has. This is only one mode. This is about 8 modes because it goes in 2 modes. Actually, it's 6 modes because it goes in 2 levels of low, 2 levels of medium, and 2 levels of high. So you've got lots of versatility with this light. Anyway, let me turn off a light and turn on a flashlight. And the very strange thing about this is it's not working at the moment. Let me turn this light back on again. The marvels of live video, huh? I just put the battery in here. I didn't put it in upside down, did I? Absolutely I did. Well, that shows you that you can't put the battery in upside down. So, my apologies on that one. Okay. Actually, I've never done that before. Alright, here we have the Cree LED, and everybody says how bright this is. Everybody says how wonderful this beam is. To me, it looks kind of blue, actually. because you do have to compare it to some, but I mean, I can see it. I can see it's blue. I don't need to compare it to anything else. I can see it is a blue beam, but it's a big beam, and I will grant you that, but it's not blazingly bright, and this is the only mode it goes on. All right, let me switch over to the zebra light. Ah, I think that's brighter, don't you think? This zebra light is now on its second level of high, and the second level of high on this zebra light is 200 lumens. And if I click it, it goes down to the second level of high. The first level of high is 200 lumens, the second level of high is 140. So this is 140, and this is supposed to be 300? I don't think so. But this is really only supposed to be 300 if you use a 14500 lithium. Now it does get a bit brighter with a 14500 lithium, but I still don't think it's 300. Now you can zoom this one down like that. Now that looks a little bit brighter, doesn't it? And it shines over on that window a little bit brighter. But this one shines on the window pretty bright too, and you don't have this crazy square when you do that with all these rings around it. Now which beam would you rather look at on a bright level? This one here with the squares, or this one here? Actually, I had turned it down a bit, so let's turn it back up again. There it is. It's even brighter now. It's 200 lumens, and this one is kind of square like this when it's zoomed in. But quite frankly, I'd rather see this kind of a beam indoors than this kind of a beam. And if I pull it back, then of course you have the standard beam, and it doesn't really go very far. It does not shine down to that window nearly as brightly as this one does. Okay? This does not shine as brightly as this one does down to the window. And then if I keep clicking on this light, it actually goes really, really low, which is really, really nice, and that's something that the Cree light cannot possibly do because it only has one mode. But this one goes down so low I can even turn it right into the camera like that. This is the ultra low light on the zebra light. See, this is ultra low, and if I click it again, it goes up to regular low, and then if I hold it, it goes up to medium, and then it goes to a standard medium. And then if I click it again, it goes up to high, and then of course it's got its double high, and it's double medium, and it's double low. So there's a lot more versatility with this zebra light than you'll ever get out of the Cree light. Even if the Cree light were 3 modes, you wouldn't get this kind of versatility out of the Cree than you do out of the zebra light. And again, you see, this is the low right here, which is great in the middle of the night when you only have to go to the bathroom and you don't want to disturb anybody or your night vision. But then double-click it again and you get up to a regular low. So anyway, I rest my case. I do believe that the zebra light is smaller and brighter than the Cree. And that's my final decision on the two. You can take the Cree if you like. It is very, very cheap, but I do not think it's as versatile as the zebra light, and I think you're getting a lot more for your money. All right, thank you very much for looking. My website is lightsandgear.com if you want to check out all kinds of lights, batteries, chargers, and these two lights and a lot more. So visit it, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.